I'm John Timmons, President and CEO of Stone Gold. I guess first item of business is our disclaimer, and what we intend, expect, plan to do can be affected by a myriad of risks. Mining is a very speculative business. We talk about our highlights here. We're an emerging exploration company focused on Northern Ontario with properties in Red Lake and Sault Ste. Marie. Upcoming highlights, we plan to drill our Mount Jamie North property here in first Q. A reasonable share structure of 26 million shares outstanding. And as Keith alluded to, management has instrumental discovery over 20 million ounces of gold here. A little over 1.1 million in cash. Tim Twomey, Senior Geologist, the Goldcorp Discovery Team and the Premier Gold Discovery Team. I spent 16 years with Guyana Goldfields, truly from grassroots exploration, discovery, development, and operations. A good board of directors, a good mix of geology, young and old, Gerard Reverend and Morgan Quinn, experienced financial executives such as Eric and Brian, and Mark Goodman is our chairman, past president of Dundee Corporation. Capital structure, approximately 26 million shares in the stock, 18 cents today. About 10 million warrants out, a weighted average of about 13 cents. They are good for most of them for about another 18 months. With some success and execution, we're able to get those off the books and into the bank, and that about another 1.4 to the bank here. Our property locations is Sault Ste. Marie, the Glen Copper Core project, and the Mount Jamie project in Red Lake. I will turn things over to Tim here to speak to the Red Lake property. I just wanted to make sure everybody knows the actual property boundaries are this highlighted section here, and I will turn it over to Tim.
All right. Well, thank you, John. Yes, I am a geologist, but I'll just keep it to a kind of a Reader's Digest condensed version of geology. This is a geology map, and these pretty colors here, that is the Red Lake Greenstone Belt. And your field of view on that map is about 40 kilometers in width. And in that belt, there's been mined about 25 million ounces of gold. And counting, and lots more gold in reserves and resources throughout. And as a geologist, I can just tell you, I've never seen such high probability for such high grades in any other rocks as in the Red Lake Belt. So it's truly remarkable, and I love finding gold there. Anyway, this complicated map, I think I just want to point out to you the red dots. These are gold deposits of various sizes. The big dots are the large gold mines, like Campbell Red Lake and the Koshner and the Bruce Channel and Madsen now in production. Lots happening there. But the west end of the Red Lake Belt has the smaller dots. It's more underexplored. And you'll notice clusters of smaller deposits around larger ones. Where's the big red dots in the west end? And there's a lot of action going on there now. So anyway, let's get a closer view with the next slide, please. And here we just got a bit more detailed geology. There's the Mount Jamie North property in the blue rectangular shape. And I just want to point out to you our neighbors. So there's a lot going on now in the west end. And the geology is a little bit different with the Newman Todd zone. So we've got our neighbors, Trillium Gold, West Red Lake, drilling there. And this Newman Todd zone, it's a carbonate sedimentary unit. And it folds around, and that carb unit trend actually trends onto the Mount Jamie North project. And then there's also the other gold trend, which is the Rowan mine next door to us. It has about 1 million ounces in inferred ounces right now. It was a past producer, and we're also on strike with that. So there's some very good structures extending onto the Mount Jamie North, and surprisingly, it's quite underexplored. And so if we just go to the next slide, we'll zoom in even a bit more. So this is some more detailed geology, and we've just marked out a bit of the targets that we have, proposed drill holes, but I just want to point your attention to this map. This was an old patent. So in the late 1920s, the entire Red Lake Belt it just had a huge staking rush. So every square inch was staked and patented. So after the 1930s, this ground sat idle. Patented land meant that you didn't have to do any more exploration on it to hold the ground. And very little work was done since then. There are some trenches there from the 1930s. They have, like 80-year-old trees growing through them and things like that. No modern drilling that has happened to that. And I think the reason why is because of that patent. Now, those patents came open and because of non-payment of taxes, and they were staked. So we acquired that property. And again, now we're in another renaissance in Red Lake, lots of exploring going on. And so we had a look at this property. I had my boots on the ground there this summer, kind of reliving my youth as a geologist and looking at some of this old trenches and some of the data and rocks. And so we've done some more exploration on it. So if you go to the next slide, please. That'd be slide. There we go. Thank you. That's a magnetic map. And just to let you know, the new technology available to us, that was a UAV mag. So those are unmanned aerial vehicle. They're drones. So basically flew that at treetop level, tight line spacing. That entire data was gathered in one day. And it's just exceptionally detailed data that highlights these subtle mag features that I've interpreted there. And those are very useful for interpreting these possible gold-bearing features that are on strike to the Mount Jamie. And I forgot to point out the number 2 shaft of the Mount Jamie mine. That's a past producer. That's only a few hundred meters from our boundary. So we have the extension of that. And so this has been a very helpful tool, along with some lithogeochemistry, to actually help us pinpoint some drill targets. And let's go to the next slide, please. And so we've got some drilling outlined, and we're going to drill 3 holes. And we call our diamond drills our truth machines. So they're going to actually test these. And it's never been drilled. This is very underexplored. And it is surprising, I have to admit. I'm not sure why, just maybe because of the patents again. Anyway, they say in Red Lake and elsewhere, it's IQ that might spot the drill hole, but it's actually NQ size drill core that's going to find it. So we're looking forward to seeing the results of this. There's actually good infrastructure here, which I guess I'd better get back to the point. There's a road access here. I can drive my car to it. And then we'll put about 1.5 kilometers of drill trails through there. And so we're really looking forward to seeing what these structures look like. And I think that's about it for the geology parts. Back to you, John.
Thanks, Tim. Other property of note is a Copper Corp property, approximately 19,000 hectares, about 100K north of Sault Ste. Marie. It has a past producing copper mine on it. What's really makes it exciting here is the Glen prospect, which was rarely tested for gold. Origin did some drilling back in the mid-90s. And we have down here 33 meters of a half gram, 17 meters of a half gram, 1.3 meter, 15 meters of 1.3 grams. And you can see some of our sampling down here. So I have to get this screen out of the way here. Move that. These are all recent, 11 grams, 5.5 grams, 7.8 grams, 4.6 grams. So we're really excited about this target. It's about 400 meters across, open to the north, open to the west. And we're looking to get back on this ground here. First thought. The future here, and I mean the immediate future in the next 6 months, we look to drill Mount Jamie here. We're currently negotiating a drill contract. Hope to have that announced in the next couple of weeks. Tim has drill targets spotted, and we hope to drill that first Q21. Sault Ste. Marie, there's a lot of historical data, both in hard copy and digital. We'd like to get all that data over the 20,000 hectares into a model here. We're doing IP inversion on the Glen project, And we'll continue with the soils and chip sampling and reconnaissance program to determine just how large this project is. We've received our ministry drill permit, and we have a very good relationship with the Batchewana First Nations down there. And we should have the drill permit from these guys in the next couple of weeks. So why invest in Stone Gold? Well, we have near-term drilling in Red Lake, a very prolific gold camp, which seems to continually give up more riches here. Experience management with past success over 20 million ounces. We're a new story. We feel we're an emerging story. We plan to aggressively explore our current portfolio and look to make some astute acquisitions here.